Hello, Jane. How are you? How's it going? Hey, James. How you doing? Yeah, it was a good chat. You never know, James, how they're going to turn out. It was a good one. Thank you for appreciating that. Hey, Dana. How are you? How's it going? Can't help but feel bad for these people. Hey, Tassie. How you doing? There's Tassie Mann, the star of the show. How's Drew Downs? Tassie, you still want to come up and see the Amish this summer? You think you can handle that? Good. Drew Downs. I'm going to bring him some Amish cookies. Hey, Edgar. How you doing? How's everything out in Vegas, Edgar? I'm sure noticeably slow, right? You seen it this slow before? No, you're not gonna have it. Yeah, now we'll take a day off, Tassie. Get you a paid day off. I want to get you an Amish outfit. Have you bake a couple cookies while you're up there. How you making out on your Cash App? Hey, Greg, how you doing? Hello, Larry. Kind of slow day up here. I don't know what the temperature is now. This would be a perfect night to get icing. I don't know what the freezing levels are. Probably like 36. You should be getting them around 3,000 feet. But the icing's heavy between like 3,000 and 5,000 feet. Good, Greg. How you doing? Oh yeah, it's like that here. I noticed today a lot of the places are, even though you can get to go, are closing early. I mean, face it, there's just some restaurants that aren't, even though to go is possible, that's not the staple of their business. Hey, Cable, how you doing? How's it going? Oh, great, Tassie. Good. That's good for you. Hey, Marie, how's it going? That's nice, Tass. I'm glad that's working out for you. Doing pretty good, Gable. Yeah. Yeah, isn't that the truth, James? Yeah, Tassie's my hero. You got to work tonight, Tassie? Doing pretty good, Marie. Yep, hanging in there. I did not. I saw Raven 2 times, and they were very brief. Yeah, isn't that something? I don't cable. I didn't want to just walk up to her with the thing recording, the camera recording. So I said, "Hey, look, I'm gonna talk about this." And it was a thank you video. I didn't expect it to go that way, but it was okay because I did clue her in about it. Yeah, how's business where you're at, Tassie? Are they hanging in there okay? Is it a lot slower, or what's going on? I mean, it would seem like fast food would be busier than ever. I don't even think you can go on a White Castle and sit down and eat, can you? Maybe you can. Yeah, but cable, you gotta want it, man. Yeah, congratulations to you too, Dana. That's growth. That's good. Yeah, see you, Franklin. Nice talking to you. Have a great night, okay? Have a great night. Hey, Rachel, how you doing? Yeah, and that's the truth, Greg. Yeah. Hey, Adrian, how you doing? How's it going? Hey, Ben. Hey, Betsy, how you doing? Checking out this weather. I talked to Maddie Sunday. Seemed to be doing okay. They found another place to move to. What's that, Betsy? What can't you decide on? No, it's true, Adrian. They're crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna sell that all as a package, Betsy. I'm not gonna just sell some of the lenses. I'm gonna get rid of all that once or not. Oh, good for you, Betsy. Great, good for you. Yeah, I didn't think that was cool, Dan. I can even understand, being under the influence and having that happen, and then realizing the next day or two that, hey, this isn't cool, but that definitely hurt their cause big time. I don't know what gang stalking is. What is that? Yeah, that's true, Dana. I mean, there'd have to be something wrong with somebody to not realize they were doing that. You know what I mean? No, I didn't hear about that. I had two A-10s fly over a couple days ago. Yesterday, I think it was. Real low, hauling ass. Oh, okay, air pressure, good. Yeah, not that I know of. Honestly, I've been really watching too much news. Oh, good for you. That's cool. What'd you do while you were in the Air Force? Probably a little. I think these guys were just out practicing. It's actually in Grayling. You could be out there a year and not see a plane land and take off. Those A-10s are out of Selfridge, I think. Oh, that's cool. Oh, good for you. Yeah, it's just kind of weird. This is a rural area up north, so it's slow all the time in the winter anyway. So even though there's a difference, it isn't like you'd notice in a bigger city. But definitely air traffic is down. Yeah, it's my favorite airplane actually. When I was living in Chicago, they'd have the air show there, and I'd watch them the day before because they practiced. And I watched an A-10 out there one day just fly about 30 feet above the water, do all these crazy maneuvers. It was really fun to watch. It was way better than what you would have. He wouldn't have been high enough during the air show. Oh, really, Greg? No kidding, huh? I went down to Walmart last night, and they had a lot of stuff. I mean, there were things that were missing, but and today I noticed Aldi. There wasn't anybody in the parking lot. I'm assuming they're open. And there were some places, as I said, they're restaurants, but they're just not geared for takeout, and they just closed. I lived in Chicago from '98 till 2011. It was a good experience. I love living down there. Oh, the day's happening? Yeah, it was fun living there. I probably could have got out of there and after about 5 years. I don't know anything about that, Bev. I don't know if they are or not. Oh, that's cool, aero pressure. Cool. Huh. I don't know, Adrian. I haven't talked to her in months. Yeah, I really don't know. Raven's a sweet person. Yeah, that's a good guess. Just to think of her being out there and just the lifestyle of those women is uh, not something a lot of people could endure. I mean, just take an example, a night like tonight. First of all, it's really super slow around there, and cold, damp, staying in an empty house. It's just a bad way to exist. Just go out and buy one, Aero Crusher. Oh, no kidding. Wow. Oh, okay, Stephanie. Yeah, it's better than it was. It's a crappy life. And I'm thinking about going down there this weekend as well. I just bought another lens today, but I don't think I'll have it by Saturday. Yeah, but that'd probably be pretty good. Oh, thank you, Dan. Appreciate it. Oh, that's cool. Hey, Mark, how you doing? How's it going? Yeah, the Amish doesn't seem like anything's phased them out there. I went in and bought a cherry pie for my neighbor's kids. They're off school. They've got that new Farmer's Creamery open. Actually, it was busy today. It was nice to see. Oh, okay. I'm not a big guy on cold sandwiches, but in this Farmer's Creamery, they got the Amish girls working behind the counter, and everything is just spotless. They're all wearing gloves. It's clean. I mean, I absolutely hate Subway, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to get a roast beef sandwich, which I eat about one every 25 years, a cold sandwich. So I went and uh, ordered a roast beef sandwich, and man, was it good. She said, Maddie said that they were moving and living someplace else. There wasn't any particular reason why they weren't posting videos, and that business was in the tank. That's possible, Dan. No, quarantine is not even talked about down there. I mean, it doesn't phase them at all. That's an interesting thought, though. If one of these girls somehow picked up the coronavirus, believe me, plenty of people will be getting it. Yeah, me too, Larry. I mean, I sure do. I had a few people call me. It's interesting who, garners what kind of attention from people. And there are some of the girls that just get all sorts of attention. People want to send them things and money and cards and whatever. And this Tracy seems to be one of those type of personalities. I've had quite a few people get a hold of me and ask how they could get a hold of her. Ebony texted me today and said she got a Cash App. She didn't give me the name of it, though. Oh, you're talking about Calvin Murray. Calvin Murray. Yeah, he's an interesting guy. I haven't heard from him in a while. I don't know what he's up to. Oh, big time, Larry. Yeah, she could be gone any day. Absolutely right. Marguerite is a prime candidate for getting finished off by the coronavirus. You might be right on that, Larry. It's hard to say. And Wendy also gets quite a bit of attention. I mean, it used to be Maddie, and it seems like, there's a lot less interest in Maddie and Gerald since they started their own channel. And I guess Kelly isn't doing anything. I don't know what she's up to, but I'm not, talking to her anyway. Yeah, it is an interesting place to experience. I thought about heading out west this weekend. Yeah, I got a text. I texted him the other day and asked him how he was doing. I didn't hear back from him. Kelvin. So that's a good question, how he's doing. Yeah, honestly, though, Larry, Raven's like that when she's sober. I mean, don't chalk it all up to drugs. It's not true. Let's see if I'll text him again. Yeah, I texted him the 3rd, never heard from him. You find what happens, at least my experience, is you get down there and after a while you get to know these people and it's hard to keep track of everybody. Hey Mark, how you doing? No, I never have, Greg, no. Yeah, Dan's a good guy. I don't know how he's doing, really. I haven't talked to him in a while. Yeah, Wendy seemed like she was doing better, I mean, in your amongst like daily living, when you consider relationships with people that have known, coworkers, that kind of thing. But I'll tell you, when you get into relationships and you do have a relationship, at least I do with these women. I mean, it's an arm's length. I mean, I try and help them if I can, but my goal is never to go down there and help anybody. The goal was just getting an interesting interview and letting people from the outside kind of get a glimpse of what their world is like. I mean, it's interesting to me. And minus a crystal ball, there's no way to tell who's sincere and who isn't. And just by the nature of addiction itself, it's tough to juggle the different balls with regard to the facets of their personality. You never know who's bullshitting you and who's telling you the truth. You want to believe in all of them, and you keep hoping that one of these days they're going to take the magic bullet and everything's going to be fine and get on the right track. And then, tomorrow never seems to come. It's difficult. Yeah, I'm not out in the cold, Big Paul. That's a camera that shoots out the front window of my condo. Hey, Zapping, how you doing? I'm going to end up moving my stuff upstairs in the next month or two. So you'll get a different view. Yeah, I wouldn't call it multiple personalities. I think it's just their personality based on being drug addicts. They need money for drugs, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand that in order to get as much as you can, you need to manipulate people. It's not all above board. Multiple personalities is a psychiatric diagnosis. It's much different than that. No, isn't that the truth, Larry? Well, the pandemic is killing innocent people, and that's what's so newsworthy. That's why. Yeah, I do, bud. I would. Yeah, I sure would. But it just honestly doesn't come around that often. You know, I've been through times with these people before where I just like get burned out, don't even want to go down there. You know, it's not a good feeling finding out that someone wasn't being upfront with you. But then the backside of that coin is that that's awful naive of me to think that a drug addicted working girl is going to be upfront with me. So, you know, it's a conundrum either way. It's a conflict constantly. Hey, Ray, how you doing? Oh, isn't that the truth, James? I mean, I enjoy sports. I don't watch them as much as I used to. But man, you're right. This has really put a monkey wrench in sports big time. I've been watching some of the old MMA fights and boxing. Still fun to watch. I order a lot of books from a place. I've mentioned it before, that Better World Books down in Mishawaka, Indiana. And hey, May, how you doing? And I got a big 17-hour pack of DVDs. They're brand new that were in the book section. I thought I was getting a book, not DVDs. I think it was listed incorrectly, but didn't cost much. So I'm going to start trying to finish those off in the next week or two. Are you, May? Nobody where I'm at has it yet. May, if you're on lockdown, you ought to be on the internet more. What the hell are you doing all day long? That a girl. That's about it, Dan. Yeah, you're right. That's really about it. I mean, that's spelling it out pretty well. But yeah, I'm not too worried about catching it. Yeah, that's my girl, man. You start smoking again? All right. No, Greg, I don't. I don't. She's been talking about that for 2 years. But once again, it gets back to being drug addicted. And if she comes on and does an interview and says, hell no, I'm not going to see my mother, why would I do that? Game's over. So you see what I mean? That's the frustrating part. Way to go, man. Wow. I don't know, Big Paul. She was on here 6, 7 weeks ago. She's not in the area. She's living with her mother, and that's the last I heard from her. Oh man, well, May, I mean, honestly, this isn't a good time to quit. I understand it. Yeah, and that's the truth, man. Well, you showed them this time. You are still crazy. I mean, they were right about that. You just happen to have a lot of hand sanitizer on top of it. Yeah, it's very difficult. It rearranges the way your brain works. Nicotine is more addictive than crack. And people that try and quit on their own, it's almost impossible. You got to do the patch and the lozenges both, and you have to get away from all smokers. Oh, that's interesting. Somebody mentioned last night in the chat, it was a pretty good chat last night about the government forcing some of these manufacturers to make things like hand sanitizers, ventilators, that kind of thing, which could happen. Yeah. Lisa, well, how you doing? Yeah, I got some hand sanitizer. No, now even before this whole thing started, there's an argument that the hand sanitizer kills a lot of good bacteria as well. Who are you talking about, Zappy? Yeah, it's a bad habit, that's for sure. What you need to do is go to one of these universities, and when they're doing an autopsy, and look in the inside of the alveoli of the lung tissue. And if that doesn't cure you, I don't know what will. And I can't think of a worse way to die than COPD. There you go, man. See, that's what I told you. You're killing all the good bacteria. Oh, okay, Big Paul. Yeah, it's just lucky. There's certain things that you just postpone, like people postpone tax. I hate buying toilet paper. It's always like one special trip to bring it inside, and I just hate it. So about a month before this whole thing started, I went bought the big giant package. I don't know whether 50 rolls in it or something. So I'm all stocked up on that. Yeah, it's a tough disease, man. Very hard to quit. Hey, Lee, how you doing? And like I said, if you're a smoker and your brain chemistry has been rearranged and you're addicted to nicotine, which you are, this is no time to quit. That's a good question, May. I know in Michigan, they really got on Menards for charging too much, but that's different than selling it on the side. I think if you did that, they could bust you if they wanted to, having a business without a license, not collecting sales tax. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff they could do. And if you charge more than what the going rate of sanitizer was before the epidemic, you'd be in all sorts of shit. It's not worth it. Unless you were getting $100 a bottle, forget it. Hey, Michelle, how are you? Oh, did they really, Larry? Well, that's cool. Might as well. Nobody's getting on them. It's funny, when they'd have those damn hurricanes when I was living down in Florida, they would rip people off left and right for hotel rooms, and they never did anything about it. Yeah, I think you'd be sorry, man. Let me know when you do it so I can drive out there and get a video of you in handcuffs. Hey, Patricia, how you doing? Oh, okay, Dan, that would make sense. Yeah, Eminem's on Mike Tyson's YouTube channel tonight. I got a notice for it. Oh, okay, Adrian. That's cool. $10 a mask. Huh. What are they, Indians that own it? Oh, yeah, she'd like that. Somebody sent me like a 10-second clip of her, one of her live chats the other night. It looks like her herpes is flaring up on her lip. She's trying to cover it up with cheap lipstick, but it's not working. May, you buy lottery tickets? Yeah, I do, yeah. I survived a couple of hurricanes down there, but I was, 23 miles inland. It's not the same. Oh, thank you, Pam. Yeah. Cocaine does a lot of damage to your heart, your entire cardiovascular system. Zapping, if you keep bringing this up, I'm going to block you. Sounds like you're not playing with the full deck. Hey, Swaglord, how you doing? Yeah, it's true. There's a connection to that, Larry. Yep, predisposition. No, I didn't. I haven't seen that. No, he's not obligated to help the citizens of Detroit. Zapping. It's discretionary. He doesn't live in Detroit anyway, and he's not, and he barely is from Detroit. Hey, Philip, how you doing? I mean, who gives a shit what he did or he didn't do? So what? Hey, Dorothy, how are you? What are you doing? Somebody sent me a clip of some video. This idiot in Flint, this Crocker. She doesn't even have enough balls to defend herself. What a nut job! I'll tell you, I pay $100 a month to be able to block people on YouTube, and it's free. I think I'm getting a deal. Oh, that many, huh? That's all that international travel, right? Some pretty interesting YouTube videos on, the pet trade and the how the virus prolificated and that kind of stuff. Yeah. Do you know her from someplace before, man? Other sites? Or is she just a lunatic? Yeah, thank you. How do you know this about her? Because other than her coming on a few chats, I mean, you could tell she was a nut job. How did you know? How did you know about this wacko? Oh, okay. Yeah, just a fruitcake. Yeah, well, it's up to him, Zapping. So what? He's not obligated to do anything for Detroit. Plenty of people that live there that don't do a thing for it other than live there. I mean, what's the beef here? Yeah, total whack job. Crazy. Well, she got blocked, so it's no problem. You ever see her, May, when you're going through comments left on videos? Just even if there are old ones out there, you see deleters. She's a nut job. So I notice, of course, and this makes sense. You know, you can tell there's so many people off work now, and particularly kids, college kids, high school kids. Get a lot more action on YouTube during the daytime than ever before. No, he doesn't, Zapping. No, he doesn't. He doesn't live in Detroit. He hasn't lived in Detroit in years. Yeah, that's too bad. I wish you could, man. Oh, okay. No, I'm glad she's not going to be on here, which is what really counts. Somebody sent me an email today on that Oxycontin cat. I guess now that she couldn't mooch off her mother anymore because she died, she had to move. I figured it wouldn't be long before she got evicted. Good riddance. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate it. She's a nut job. They accuse me of being narcissistic, man. Anybody that makes a video of getting pissed off about me, I mean, I think that's the epitome of narcissism. I mean, who cares what these morons think? Their channel reflects their entire lives unsuccessful. And the only subscribers are the fake accounts they've created. They're the dregs of society. And some of these wackos have children, which I really feel sorry for. I don't think they own that, Larry. No, she moved. She left the state, I'm told. Good. Further the better. I think they were just a bunch of broke white trash. I don't think they ever owned a home. You got to have a down payment for that. Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, everybody was always asking me if she was a lesbian. Not that there's anything wrong with the lesbian. I have a good mic for my videos. I hope you get some hearing aids and see a psychiatrist. No, not feminine at all. I mean, even my arch enemies would never believe that I'd have sex with someone like her. God, no. You talk about making up a bad rumor. Holy Christ. She's probably a virgin. I agree, Larry. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, Philip. She hated Philip's guts. There's no love lost between those two. Philip actually tried to clue me in about that dingbat early on, and I ignored it. My apologies, Philip. Philip was right, and I was wrong. Hey, Cody, how you doing? Hey, Don, how are you? How's it going? Yeah, I'm not videotaping right now, Zapping. Yeah, I mean, yeah, good enough. Yeah, yeah. I've got enough porn to last me for 5 years. Don, how you been doing? It's ditto, Greg. Yeah, that's up for debate, Juma. It's a good way of looking at it. Right. I don't know who started that eggplant shit, but boy, that has really taken off. I like that. Yeah, you're right, Bill. Yeah, it finally came out. Yeah. Yeah, I was. Remember I got on your ass that night about how you got fleeced by one of these wackos on the chat? That kind of happened to me. I actually made that psycho a moderator. Philip was smart about it though. He acted like he was cool and there was no problem and just listened to that kook. And that's how I got tipped off that she was emailing people telling them that I was ignoring her when I was in Detroit. That's exactly what I was doing. That was all by design. I didn't want to have anything to do with her. Yeah, thanks, Frank. Hey, well, man, I try to be up. I mean, I don't pull any punches, man. I say all the time, if I was younger and looking for a career, I might be a little more amenable to putting up with bullshit. But man, I get a good life. It's right where I want it. This is a private chat. It's no different than if I invited you people over to my home when we had a conversation. And just because there's public access doesn't mean that I got to put up with any bullshit. So I don't. I'd ban them and block them all day long happily. Yeah, well, she was just, trying to. I mean, really, I could care less if she's telling people I'm screwing her. I mean, it really doesn't bother me. I'm not 18, but it just shows you it's an element or mental illness. That's something that you do when you were 16. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I would say that's true. Philip, you follow that damn FDDR, and the same thing I do with the women. It would be so easy to get involved in their bullshit, squabbles, and arguments. And I just try and stay out of it. I really do. I hate drama and gossip and troublemakers. I really do try to avoid it as much as I can. I mean, some people really get into it. May will admit she does it, but May survives because she doesn't play both sides. There's still plenty of them around, Larry. The problem is the ones that are left are just too far off the main drag. Yeah, Mark. Yeah, you remember her, don't you? Cat 313, or I don't even remember what her name was. What a lunatic. What are you talking about, Rachel, you dipshit? Your dad took advantage of your mother and they had you. What are you bitching about? Your parents are staunch advocates for abortion. Oh, May, dang it. I wanted to play around with her a little bit. Yeah, oh, I'm glad you said, because that's what I was getting to, Larry. It's like there's some drama with that food truck. I don't want to get involved with it. Evidently, the guy that had it before them, and who gives a shit? The main thing to think about is that people that don't have food are being fed. I don't give a shit if Jack the Ripper drove it before these people did. I'm not getting involved. I really don't. I really don't care. Well, she was unique in the sense that she was super ignorant and really dumb and had an unbelievably low IQ. So she was unique. I mean, when her mother died, she said her mother passed, PAST. Oh yeah, it's true, Larry. Yeah, I don't even want to get into that shit. Like I said, I don't care if the son of Sam or Jack the Ripper drove it before these people took it over. Doesn't mean the damn shit to me. And look, believe me, I guarantee you, Larry, there's all sorts of bullshit to going around giving free food to people that need it. That's probably the easy part. I'm sure they got haters just like I do. The people ought to get a job, this, that. Yeah, there was drama. It's old drama. The guy that had it before them, I guess he went to jail for impersonating a police officer. Yeah, I don't care about the drama because it's old news. They're driving it now. I mean, that's true, Philip. Yeah, I would agree with that. We are a lot smarter than she is. That's why. Yeah, the old driver. That's what I'm talking about. He seemed like a pretty good guy. Evidently, he said he was a police officer. People get in front of the food truck, and you tell them to get the fuck out of the way. I'm a police officer, and that's my understanding of what happened. I mean, big deal. I don't give a shit. It's against the law. He paid his debt to society, and fuck it. If he wanted to, drive the food truck and he can't anymore because someone took it up when he was in the can, I feel a little bad for the guy. I mean, everybody makes mistakes, man. I mean, in Detroit, maybe that's what you got to do. Say you're a police officer when there's a car parked in front of your food truck. Otherwise, they give you the finger and all the food gets cold. I don't know. I don't care. Yeah, Crown Vic, isn't that the truth, Larry? There's some jack off in Romulus down from Captain Nemo's that sits on the side of the road like he's using radar. What a total douchebag. Yeah, I guarantee it, bud, that these food truck people, they keep a smiley face on, but I guarantee you they go through bullshit all day long. I mean, like, giving food to poor people and getting parking tickets, shit like that. Yeah, well, if you ever hear the guy and he needs a plug or he's trying to get back on his feet, I mean, I like the people that I met, but it's cursory. You don't really know them very well. But if this guy was trying to get back on his feet, I'd help him in any way I could. I mean, he fucked up. He yeah, what's the problem? That's why you identify with him, man. It's kindred spirits. You guys have a lot in common. I mean, I'd welcome him back. It's right at the Five Corners there. It's called the Five Corners, Greg. Just Google it. The one in Romulus is the original one. Yeah, that could be it. That could be it, bud. I mean, you can never discount the human factor in anything. It's going to be there all the time. People's looks, their intelligence, how much money they have, what they're going to do. Like me, I get on. I mean, I'm not that great of a guy. I mean, I'm a moody guy. I know this, and I never proclaimed to like do anything good down there. I never had any goal. But there's, I've got 3% of the people that are on YouTube that fuck with me constantly because they just think that I got a screw loose for even giving the time of day to a working girl that's a drug addict. Fuck them. That's what I say. Yeah, it's funny. I think Captain Nemo's, it's one of the best subs I've ever had in my life. I've been eating them for since 1972. They haven't changed a thing. That's what I like about them. And why there isn't one of those in every city is a mystery to me. And then you go into these fast food and it's just shit. That's true. Yeah, there's a lot of older women that are just pissed at men. Yeah, I didn't really know how to take that woman coming out of the truck and taking a video of me. I'm assuming that I don't know why she did that. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, it was all friendly and cool, and I don't really, know why that happened that way. Good, Frederick. How you doing? Oh, good. That's great. It is the best response, but that's exactly right. Because even if you tell them the truth to a stranger that's scanning around your channel, you always come across as looking like a dick, even if everything you said is valid. Yeah, ignoring them is the best way. That's why, with this Catherine and Ollie and her nutty daughter, one thing that I want to mention, May, I want you to pay close attention to this. And that is why Oral Ollie, why has she never acknowledged that Laura is her daughter, which is 100% the truth? Why is she still like playing that this is some obscure fellow YouTube person that she doesn't know? Have you got a handle on that at all? You know? Oh, Terry Franco. Yeah, he died of a gastric bypass surgery, Greg. That's interesting. He was a hell of a nice guy. I think he was from England. Yeah, they'll reach there. Oh, are they trying to reach 1,000 subs, Philip? I didn't realize that. I didn't know they gave a shit about it. I was kind of under the impression that they were Facebook people. Better than it used to be, but I'd say yes, Larry. Yes. No, it's definitely her daughter for sure. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, maybe she's got ADT. Yeah, I got it, Philip. Well, that's why she came out and filmed me then, I guess. Yeah, it's a good, yeah, I never thought of it that way, Bud. You're probably right. She's never going to be popular, though. She's just as nutty as her daughter. To all the girls I've loved before, I got them buried underneath this wooden floor. That's these people that harass me all the time. They're crazy. You're lucky you don't know who they are, simple line. No, but these two communicate. Everybody knows what's up. These two communicate. I mean, there's pictures Ollie had on her Facebook that somebody sent me a screenshot of Laura's kids visiting her. Yeah, it's a good way of putting it. But oh, 5 weeks. Wow, good for you. All right, Mark, take care. Did you get that big dildo I sent you yet? Hey, Deanna, how you doing? Yeah, you're probably right. You might be right. You know, really, Coward, though, if you consider her life and the way it's turned out for her, I can actually understand that her being an alcoholic would make sense. I mean, how could you be her and sit around sober? Hey, Superwoman, how you doing? Hey, Leslie. Oh, it is May? Oh, okay. Well, I'm not promoting that bitch. I'm not telling you. Go find it on your own. Oh, good. How you been? How is Vivid affecting these girls? What are you talking about? They don't give a shit about it. I mean, I'm sure they all hope they don't get it. No, I want people to be informed about them, Lisa. Oh, come on, May. Yeah, but just sit out in front of a Cracker Barrel. You trying to tell me they're all alcoholics? Yeah, they have trouble there. Yep. Sometimes, yeah. Yeah, it's a nice area, Debbie. Well, thanks, yeah. Yeah, maybe that's true. She doesn't ever really show her body on camera, though, does she? Yeah, mine was too. Yeah. See you, bud. Take care, man. Oh my God, man, you're kidding. What a waste of ink. What happened with Ollie and her Oxycontin cat? What did they have a following out about? That's my girl, Nikki. You tell them. I mean, you don't really think she wants any kind of romance anyway, do you? You think she'd have a relationship with a guy if she could get it? You think so, huh? Oh, with me? Yeah, definitely. And believe me, I never dropped even the closest hint to that. No, I believe it. Yeah, that makes me think she is an alcoholic. I get screenshots sent to me because you don't drink and you got that kind of body. Oh, really, man? No kidding, huh? Wonder why that affects, does that affect women differently than it affects men? You better get one if you want one, man. You're not getting any younger. Yeah, that's about it, Harold. Oh, okay, Superwoman. Okay. Oh, got you, man. Makes sense to me. Oh, no kidding. What a kook. No, I don't blame you, Gwen. Yeah. Yeah, you tell him, Don. Superwoman, what's your take on Ollie not acknowledging her daughter? You're right, Harold. I'm 100% sure it's her daughter because it is. It's definitely her daughter. I got tons of shit on that. Yeah, I think it's finally come around full circle with her and that people figured her out. I think what really finished her off, or is going to finish her off, is when they saw Becky's reaction to her stalking. Yeah, Philip, I think I would agree with that. Yeah, no, I think you're right, Philip. You know? Well, I mean, if you were ever doubtful about it, you'd look at what, Becky's reaction to these wackos contacting her family. Yeah, well, it came full circle. How about the goofy low life daughter? It was her channel tanked. I got her first channel canceled. Yeah, but she just doesn't really have anything going on, Superwoman. I mean, Catherine's a zero. I mean, the best she could come up with is cooking hamburgers in an air fryer. She'll have a problem wherever she moves to. Yeah, I'll get that one canceled too. I'll wait till they get a bunch of subscribers and views. That's it, Philip. Yeah, she's got no life. Yeah. I think where they finish them, they probably could have caused me some problems if they hadn't went with the serial killer route. I mean, that's just so stupid. You'd have to be an idiot to believe that. Yeah, I think so, Superwoman. Yeah. Yeah, Cray Cray's a lunatic too. Does anybody know anything about this fruitcake and Flynn? I mean, who would give that loser the time of day is a mystery. You talking about Cray Cray or Cat or Crazy Ollie, Leslie? I forget what I said. And I did say that I think Kat's going to have problems wherever she goes. Yeah, all of no, one was a moderator I got rid of. She's trying to get a hold of people and tell them I'm ignoring her when I'm in Detroit. I ignored her every time I was in Detroit by design. I mean, she did a good job as a moderator. She really did. But there was no relationship with her at all. Zero. I had zero interest in her. Cray Cray, I don't know what the deal is with her. She just kind of started coming on the chats and wanted to know if I wanted to interview her, which I did. And, you know, I said, when I get by there, I'll set up an interview, and I just never got around to doing it. It happens all the time. I mean, I wasn't really that interested, although if I was down there and thought about it, but I wasn't going to, I didn't know she was a lunatic at the time. I wasn't going to make a special trip down there. I mean, what's to talk about? Sherry was an old moderator too. You remember Sherry. Sherry was good, but a pot stirrer, troublemaker. She'd text me over all sorts of stupid bullshit all the time, and then go on one of those websites and say, I wonder why Tom did this, or I wonder why Tom did that, or he just cut us all off as moderators. You know, just a real gossip monger. Yeah, no way, Glenn. I didn't, honestly. Yeah, you're right, Philip, about that. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Superwoman. Yeah. Sherry played both sides totally. Yeah, Sherry was a bit of a disappointment. I mean, I thought Sherry was nice. You know, I met her for dinner one time. Big deal. But I figured that out quite a while ago. And if you notice, that was going out to dinner one time, and that was the end of it. Oh, that was Sherry that bought Gerald the video game. Oh, no kidding. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, that's a possibility, man. But yet you talk to Sherry, she claims she's been happily married for 40 years. Yeah, I mean, it was just, I've done that with a few people. I mean, guys, girls, not there that often though. But it was another con job. She's another two-faced troublemaker. I was glad to get rid of her. Yeah, thank you, Glenn, for appreciating that. That's exactly the truth. Yeah, I mean, Sherry's at the pinnacle of her life, which is a very low bar. If you talk to her, tell her to quit gossiping and playing both sides, and good luck to her. But she's not coming on here anymore. Yeah, I don't doubt that. Well, all these people have to have some place to go. I mean, my list of blocking and banning people, you wouldn't believe it. I can't take the time to. That's why when I block somebody accidentally, and they say, "Hey, you blocked me. Could you go in and change that?" I don't want to take the time to go through the damn thing. It takes forever. I'd rather they just start another ID and use it on the chat. You know? No, I don't doubt it. Now that's somebody that only knows Jesse through the internet, and they've never met physically at one time. So that just speaks volumes. all her friends where she lives don't have anything to do with her anymore. It did backfire. You're exactly right, Superwoman. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel sorry for Jessie. I mean, she actually thinks that she's going to have a channel that's going to make money someday. I mean, I rank that right up there with the little duck walking across the busy expressway. She just doesn't get it. If you delete them, they're not blocked anymore. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. That's one of the downsides of YouTube system, and they're not chronological and they're not alphabetized. So, you know, if I block you accidentally right now, it'd take me forever to find your name. Yeah, that's how I am. Thank you, Gwen. Yeah. Now we're talking. I mean, things would have been fine with Jessie, but Jessie, it's hard to make the old light bulb turn on. I tried to warn her about Ollie, and she just couldn't put A and B together. I mean, if any of you guys were on here and I knew someone, you had a channel, and I knew someone was trying to wreck your channel, they wouldn't be on here. That's what Jessie didn't understand. She did, May. Totally true. Big time. And it caught up to her, and I basically gave her an ultimatum. And the good news is she was able to find out the real Ollie, who I tried to warn her about. So she can go on and talk about her experiences 3 and 4 years ago, but I think she's pretty much tapped out. Her channel's not going to get any better. Good night, Greg. Thanks for coming around. Appreciate it. We need more guys like you. For some reason, it just doesn't seem that exciting to talk about your past with your grandfather passed out in a chair in front of the TV. I mean, I think she's a decent person. No, that's it. Yeah, that's exactly it, Larry. Yeah. Yeah. But in fairness to her, I have to cut her some slack from that kook of a mother that brought her into this world. I don't think she stood much of a chance from day one. And for that, I sympathize. Yeah, I do too. I really do. But she had mentioned to me a couple times about a channel growing. No, the mother is really, no, I mean, it all makes sense. But channels in your grandparents' living room don't seem to flourish. Sorry. And even though everybody in this world thinks their baby is the cutest baby in the world, that doesn't really sell a channel either. No, yeah, you're right. Watching paint dry. Yeah, that's true, man. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Good night, Leslie. Thanks. Yeah, you gotta have something. I mean, you know. Yeah, I mean, but she doesn't know any better. I mean, she's trying to make it work and, you know, needs a source of income and, you know, prior to YouTube, I don't think she has any friends up there. So at the beginning, it probably seemed very promising to her. But she, just like Kelly and Gerald and Maddie, they don't understand what a jump it is between a few people coming on there and chatting and actually making some money from a channel. It's like the difference between flying a kite and the space shuttle. Yeah, no, I know what you mean, Lorraine. Hey, Julie. Oh, did they really, Chad? God damn, man. You know, if I didn't have to get my social security number, I'd set up a GoFundMe for like the waitresses and restaurant workers around here. I just don't want to fool with the damn paperwork. It's a pain in the ass. And then I got a 1099, everybody that gets a cut of the pie. That's your mother's voice, Virus. You're confusing it. You've been drinking again. It's your mom's voice. You dumbass. And it's Y-O-U apostrophe R-E, you idiot. Now get back and start studying for your GED. Yeah, it doesn't mean shit because I'm not doing it, Julie. But I mean, what's unemployment when a waitress gets $3.60 an hour and there's no tips to claim? You know? Super pain in the ass. You better believe it. Yeah. How about that Superwoman? How about that one lady that makes those videos about acting like she's Ollie? May knows who it is. Yeah, Tiffany M. I'll tell you why I blocked Tiffany M. Because you know that goddamn crazy Laura was going on Reddit and putting these posts to all these Mexican links, and these people were driving me crazy about this serial killer shit. And that Tiffany M accidentally responded during a live chat, just like this one, in Spanish. And that did it for me, man. I canned her ass right then and there. Yeah, it is. Total hassle. Total hassle. So that's what got Tiffany M canned. I don't know if she's real or not, but I'm not saying it's a perfect system. Right, May. Yeah, that's right. Yep. She's emailed me a few times trying to get me to unblock her. No way, man. She answered in Spanish accidentally. That's what you know. You know how that happens, don't you? It's when you're logging in and out of different accounts. And she hadn't logged on to the one on here, the one that looked like she was getting electrocuted in her avatar. And once she posted, Ebony just sent me a text. Ebony's Cash App name is $ Black Jew 0820. $Black Jew 0820. Yeah, it's. I'll put it on here. It's. What the hell is it? God damn it, this thing didn't work. Fucking. And Allie wants to talk to me. You want me to call her right now? You guys want to hear Ebony? Yeah, okay, I'll call her right now. I just asked her if I can call now. You know, a lot of times when I call these women for whatever reason, someone wants to send them something or they're all fucked up and can't talk. I'm going to call Ebony now, you guys. To all the girls I've loved before.
Hello.
How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. I'm going to tell you, I got this on speakerphone and I'm on a live on YouTube.
Yeah, with the bush. What's up?
So I want to let you know that now. I just posted your YouTube Cash App. I mean your Cash App, not your YouTube. It's $ Black Jew.
No, I don't know. That's just how I was looking at data. You know, I'm computer illiterate.
Well, is that your Cash App name?
Yeah, that's what you know.
Well, that didn't come up with. Hey, that didn't come up with Black Jew automatically.
No, that's my email, but I guess they racist too, huh?
Yeah. Whoopi
Yeah.
Goldberg's a Jew.
I know. And
Betsy says hi. J-Bo Martin says hi. Philip says hi. You're not Jewish, are you?
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
How come you didn't? You never asked me.
No, I didn't. No, you're right. I didn't. Well, good.
But look, so when I did it, it had my government name at first because I did it through my phone, and then it had the $ and said, you know, have a name, and I put, you know, that. So I don't, you know if I'm not sure.
Well, that's the name, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
What are you not sure about?
If that $ should be there.
Yeah, it should be because Tassie just got one. You don't know her. It should be there.
Okay, then I did it correctly.
Hey, Allison. Allison says, "Oh, you know, I want to ask this now. Now, there's people on here, you know, willing to help you. On one hand, you know, they're really behind you 100%, and on the other hand, it doesn't seem to last long when you go to rehab. So look. Hey, there's a big difference between them sending you money to get well and them sending you money to get high. So I'm going to ask you straight out what's going on.
I'm an honest person.
Well, what's going on? What's going on?
You know, She was like, I need one of those. And I said, for what? I don't need one.
Yeah, well, you need one if, you know, at the time when I told you to set that up, your mother had posted on a comment section that went to rehab.
Yeah, 12 days.
Yeah, and when I saw you down there, you looked good, you'd gained weight, and I wanted to see if you needed help making it. That's why I asked for the Cash App. Because just like other people in the past, these people, it's discretionary and it's up to them what they want to spend their money for. And I just want to make sure we're on the same page. If they send money to that Cash App and what it's going to be used for.
Yes, indeed. It's not a greater good.
It's what? You there?
Yeah, I said it's for the greater good.
The greater good. What is that though? What's the greater good?
I mean, I'm you know, trying to get myself off the streets and away from, you know, that illicit work, you know, and it would be of a great help for me and to keep me, you know, able to get anything that I, you know, need, everything $30 and stuff. But it's like, you know, when you kick a drug or whatever, you know, you got to start all over and start rebuilding, you know.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So let me ask you this.
And being unemployed at the moment and stuff, whatever. I don't know with this coronavirus epidemic. I don't know if T-Mobile will pay my phone bill for 2 months with the stimulus package.
Right. No, I get that. But here's what I want. Here's the first thing I want to ask you, and that is that. So you go to rehab, right?
Yeah, I told you I wanted to go so I can, you know, connect back with my family and go home and get that opiate disorder, you know, in check.
Right. Was 12 days the complete program?
No, you have to wait like 2 weeks before you can have contact with the outside world. And like I told you when you met me or whatever, and you know, I had left, you know, home, and I haven't had, you know, days turned into weeks into months or whatever, you know.
Yeah, but did you leave that program when you were supposed to, or early?
I left early.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, and there are going to be people out here that are going to want to send you money no matter what you're going to use it for. It's just, I think that they should be entitled to where it's going if they're going to send it. I don't want to bullshit anybody, you or them or anybody else. So you went to rehab, you left early, and you're back down in Southwest Detroit, right?
No, I am not. Stop it. No, I am not. You know, I popped up and stuff, whatever, because I had seen, like, you were at Townway, and when I got to the neighborhood, I saw Becky, and I even sent you a message.
What did it say?
Question mark. I have no explanation point. Because you had just wrote my tailway or something, you had said, but you know, like, I'm not computer literate.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're not down there?
No, indeed.
And you're not using?
No.
Okay. Well, we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, you can tell me the truth.
I know you're not the judge of the jury.
No, all right, that's true. But people ask me, you know, they don't want to send money blindly.
Yeah, but I'm saying they can ask you, and you can't tell them anything because they're not me.
I agree. That's great, which is why it's so good that we're having this conversation. And there are going to be people that are going to send you money with no strings attached. but most
They
people,
don't have to.
they don't have to.
I'd appreciate it.
No, I know. What's going on down there? You got to be talking to people, aren't you?
Yeah.
How's business down there now?
I feel a lot of these people, you know what I'm saying? So what a lot of, you know, interpersonal relationships are deeper than those, you know?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. But how's things down there on the stroll now? Is it dead?
Like a movie set. I've never seen, you know, so desolate, you know?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And it's a lot of, you know, heavy patrolling and stuff or whatever, I suppose.
Yeah. That's it. Becky seems to like be having a little bit of difficulty.
Yes, indeed. I saw her. She kept saying the band she bought was yours. She said she walked up to her like twice at the gas station. She told me.
Oh, and it wasn't me?
No.
That's a lucky guy having a van like mine.
Must be nice.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's right. Well, I think
yeah, she's going through it right
yeah.
now.
I feel bad for Becky.
Yeah, me too. But I mean, I really don't know like the legal ramifications and stuff. You know.
Yeah, she's got a big problem when she gets picked up next time. She's gonna. Did you know Lacey?
Yes, indeed. I don't know what she said though.
I think she's in Ohio, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
That's not about right, man.
Yeah. Well, I put it out there for you. I listed it.
Thank you. I love you, Tom.
I know you do. I love you too.
The next time I'm gonna do, I don't know if we have access to a phone, but the next time I see her, I'll make sure that she calls you. I don't know what she really, you know, wanted to, you know, talk to you about, but I'll make sure I have the number.
Yeah, give her my number. Yeah, do that.
I sure will.
Are you talking to your mom now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know, I did a lot of, you know, damage, you know.
Yeah, right, yeah.
You know, don't go back to hunky dory. You know.
Yeah, I know.
I wish you did.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the instant gratification from drugs, you know.
Yeah, I get it, man. I know it's tough. It's hard. People don't know unless they're, you know, living that lifestyle.
Yes, indeed.
I know. It's hard. Believe me, I get it.
I know. I know.
So do you have the physical card yet, or did you just sign up for the account?
I just signed up on my phone and put my address. I don't have a physical card.
Okay, you gave them an address, though, didn't you, to send it?
Mm-hmm.
You gave them an address to send the card?
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I think it takes about a week.
The mail might start running because of the corona.
What's your take on this corona stuff?
It's wow, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, a few people have asked this tonight. I got to ask you, you know, you're down there and nutrition's not an issue. And, you know, some of the women have some health issues. I mean, does it really even concern them, this coronavirus, when you're in the midst of a hair?
No.
Yeah.
So what? No, indeed. It does not.
I didn't think it did. Yeah.
It is not being taken seriously by some of us, you know?
Yeah.
I got hand sanitizer.
Would you say there's more police presence now?
Yeah,
Okay. I saw, I didn't recognize her when I was down there the other day, but I saw the cops talking to Kay. I interviewed her a couple years ago.
I saw her it was earlier this year.
And how about Coco?
I saw her walking the other day when I was around the way.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not I hope the corona don't get a hold of her. She might not bounce back from it.
No, yeah, you're right. If you see her, try and get her to get a hold of me, will you?
Yeah, I sure can. I kind of know where she is, but I'm not ready to go over to that thing yet.
Yeah, I've got a diary of hers I want to give back to her.
I'll make sure that's there. I'll let her know.
Appreciate it. All right, well, I should be getting down there like in a maybe this weekend.
I think it's going to be nice weather too, but you won't see me on Michigan.
That's good. I hope I don't. Where am I? Where will I see you?
I'll probably be by my mom.
Where's that at?
That should be, I have a relative, maybe my sister. But I know where I won't be.
All right, that's good. It's good, man. I mean, I hope you make it. You know what I mean?
I'm going to.
I'll take you out to lunch.
That's fucking awesome.
You can bring your sister and mom too if you want.
I sure will.
That'd be cool. I really, man. I wish the best for you.
I know.
And so do the people that come on the chat and talk. Really do.
I know, and I really appreciate it, and I'm glad that, like I said, it's like, knowing that people, support you no matter what you're going through and help you, make a difference in, how you feel and, and how you live, and I really appreciate it.
I know you do.
Don't count me out.
I don't.
But thank you, though, Tom. Well, you get that, Tom. Whatever you're doing, okay?
All right, you have a good night.
I will. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Right, you're welcome. Talk to you later. Well, there you have it. Well, she's not down there and sounded pretty good, so it's good news. No, Cruz, it's an unbelievably difficult lifestyle. Crazy. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. I agree, baby Kate. Yeah. She's a perfect example of the throes of addiction and being a good person. It's a constant balancing act. I mean, she's right at the 50-yard line. She could spend the rest of her life ODing fentanyl or do something with it because of the skills she possesses. Yeah, me too, man. Yeah. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, I mean, it's like she's right on the cusp of maybe doing something. It'll go to good use, man. Yeah, definitely will. Yeah, kind of, Zach. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's what I said, Phil. I mean, I have low expectations for these people. You go absolutely batshit crazy if you don't. I mean, when people thought, they want the best for their children when they're raising them and they hope they go to college and get decent relationships, that's nothing compared to this. That's actually got a reasonable chance of happening. This stuff is like, God. Oh, thank you, Kipper. So that's it. Well, I think I'm going to sign off here, you guys. Watch the news, see what's shut down tomorrow. Yeah, I hope so too. Raven's a sweetheart, Joe. She really is. Really like Raven. I mean, it just, it just speaks volumes when you listen to her talk. I mean, you just get it right away. Chad. Good night, Joe. May, good night, Zach. You have a good night. You guys have a good night, and I'll get out here tomorrow. Oh, she could, yeah. She would be good at a lot of things. She got a lot of skills. Yeah, pretty much, Frederick. Yeah, it's true. Good night, Glenn. Thank you. But she did get a hold of me, and that's a good sign. All right, baby cakes. Thank you. Nighty night, love, peace, joy. Okay, Don. Yep. Thanks for coming around. All right, Cruz. Okay, Bev. Oh, good night, you guys. See you, Phil. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna promote that more. I'll do that more tomorrow. Good night, Dave. Yeah, sure will, Betsy. Yep, sure will. Thank you.